before we get into this any further, this is basically trying to say, for those who can't tell, that trans women aren't real women, despite the fact that women is a social category and anybody can be a woman if they fucking choose. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from... In fact, actually, if you're so worried about there being lonely guys in the world who need dates, trans women increases the amount of women in the world. So, there you go. Anything? Oh, there it is. There's it. Now it's recording. That's good. That's good. I'm so happy that the record button's working at like 50% speed, maybe even less. Anyway, guys, guess what? Hogwarts Legacy got cracked. People can pirate it now. Yay! Hooray! Oh, but there's a twist. Sorry. There's a twist. Let's get into that. Before we get into that, let's get into the fan art section. So, this one is from RXJ the Punk. Am I doing this right? I mean, it is fan art. Big thanks to Remixin for the new model. Ha! It's fan art, guys. Do you get it? Do you get it? The next one we have is from Niji Kawasaki. More coins to try and dispel the art block. I am not sorry for the war words. And I did this with a mouse. Never again. You know what else you could do never again? You know what else is a great never again thing? The fucking coins! Seriously. Fucking! Why? Anyways. As always, everybody, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it in the fan art section of the Discord. With that all said, we need to get into the content. So, I'm not saying that I've ever pirated a game before. I'm not saying that I've ever gone on the open seas and gotten multiple copies of Command and Conquer and then a copy of Game Ranger, which itself is normally free, in order to experience playing Command and Conquer via LAN with a whole bunch of friends before. I'm not saying that I've done that, nor am I saying that I've ever gone on the internet and gotten multiple copies of Halo Custom Edition so that I could host a LAN party where we all played on the Ocarina of Time map together and played Capture the Flag. I'm not saying I've had any of these experiences, nor am I saying that my first experience with Sonic Forces may have potentially involved less than legal means. I'm not saying any of that, because none of that is true. I'm just saying that I've seen the little text document that is usually accompanying anything, any video game that has been ripped and cracked away from its original CD, original DRM. I've seen what that little text document looks like, and it usually looks a little something like this. Usually looks a little something like this. Right? Right. So, what happens when somebody who is very, very, very yikesy decides that they're going to crack something like Hogwarts Legacy, which has a huge conversation around it about transphobia and J.K. Rowling and whether or not it's ethical to buy the game and all that other fun stuff. So what happens? What happens? Well, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so we can all read together. So we've got the usual stuff here that says, like, hey, impress all pirates across the sea. Deep presses de novo scum. Game info, Hogwarts Legacy, protection, de novo V17. Credits to Mr. Goldberg for his Steam emulator. Contact information, email, and all that other fun stuff. There's even a Reddit community you can go to. Aw, how sweet. Aw, he's sweet. Ah, yes, it's Empress. Empress Evolution. r/Empress Evolution. So, Install notes. Burn or mount the ISO, which is the disk image. Run setup.exe, which is, of course, you know what an exe is, I hope. Copy the crack from the from Empress to Gamedir, and check the autocopy in the installer. Then there are release notes. All this seems very standard so far. If you've ever gone on the high seas, which I'm not saying anybody in my audience has, and I'm not saying I'm advocating for any game, but if you have, then maybe, possibly, just potentially, you've ran into a little blurb at the end of this bit of paste. Because, of course, most people have to go into this document to see how to actually mount the ISO correctly. Some people don't know how to. Windows has this as a special integrated function now. We used to have to use special programs for it. Holy shit, this is really simple these days. But some people still have to read this document. So what happens when you go a little further? Not saying I have experience with any of that. What is this? Special message. I fully stand with J.K. Rowling as countless women who did, because most men are just dying out of jealousy of us and want to take a piece of the cake too, even if it comes out corrupted, broken, and completely ruined. And this is something only real women would understand, because we women are the ones that is getting damaged and stolen from. So we are hurt the most by it. The only thing that's getting damaged here is your vocabulary. I'm sorry. But, before we get into this any further, this is basically trying to say, for those who can't tell, that trans women aren't real women, despite the fact that women is a social category, and anybody can be a woman if they fucking choose. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take away from... In fact, actually, if you're so worried about there being lonely guys in the world who need dates, trans women increases the amount of women in the world. So, there you go. I mean, it also increases the amount of men in the world because of trans men, but don't worry. None of these people exist, apparently. Trans women don't exist. They're not real, apparently, according to these people. Let's continue. As a result of this new woke movement, society now made every man today is either a sissy bitch or a misogynistic motherfucker, nothing in between. Guys, you know how I keep making content recently on masculinity and how we need to be supporting positive ways of being masculine for men who would like to be masculine, or hell, even women who want to be masculine, because there are women who find themselves in positions like construction or law enforcement or the military where they have to take on masculine personas in order to survive socially. Masculinity as a thing is not in and of itself a bad thing, and it's good for us to try to showcase positive examples of masculinity because it prevents shit like this. This right here. This right here. This is rhetoric that is, I mean, granted, I also recognize that this type of stupid fucking rhetoric would be made no matter what the situation was. I'm just saying, guys, the idea that everybody who's a man is either a misogynistic asshole or a sissy bitch. So what? Somebody who's far right, somebody who's far left, I guess? I don't fucking know. You see right-wing whining? Yep. Guys, it's okay for men to be sissy bitches, and it's okay for men... Well, this one's not okay. It's okay for you to have a side of yourself that is emotional. It's okay for you to have a side of yourself that cries. It's okay for you to cry in a homie's arms. It's fine. But it's also important to recognize that, hey, maybe we should be doing our best to not have that as the only defining trait we have. But at the same time, motherfuckers like this, they're gonna bitch about this no matter what. They're going to. There's nothing about this that gives a shit about reality. There's not. That was just a tangent. Let's continue. I'm just gonna say, somebody who posts this, though, it's a real sissy motherfucker who posts stuff like this. Just saying. The woke system of today runs with and claims that it mainly wants fairness, justice, equality, and total freedom. But then when someone with views against trans... When someone with views against trans and when someone with views against trans and views against trans and holy fucking shit, did you drop out of school? I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult the intelligence of somebody who's obviously being a giant turf, so obviously you're a bit of an idiot. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence because of that. I'm insulting your intelligence because I can't fucking read what you're saying! Holy fucking shit! When someone with views against trans and tries to express themselves today, they are treated as garbage and fired and banned from wherever they are. It is a clear sign of a huge contradiction. What's the contradiction here? So, in a fair, just, and equal society with freedom for everybody, we would, in fact, make sure that when you say shit about trans people, minority groups, and yeah, even fucking white people at a certain point, maybe there is some pushback on that. Because this weird thing happens when you have a nice, free society. When you have a society where everything is allowed at all stages, then only the strongest people get to survive, only the people with the loudest voices and the most convincing rhetoric get to push shit like policy. When that happens, then usually, most of the time, people who are in minority groups tend to fucking suffer. You get the majority rule and only ever the majority rule. There are social consequences to shit you say. There always will be. So, if you say that you are an individual on the internet who thinks that certain age groups should be more appropriate for people to sexually pursue, then you will most likely get lambasted. Yes, you, for arguing for that like a fucking idiot. Milo Indianapolis, Sargon of Akkad, Matt Walsh. It's almost like when you say shit, people respond to it when you say it publicly. So if you happen to say that, oh, I don't know, maybe a whole bunch of hateful rhetoric about trans women right here, then maybe, just maybe, all the garbage you're worried about happening here is what happens when you, oh, I don't know, fuck around and find out. Just saying. There's no law that says that you get all this terrible things happening to you when you're transphobic, at least not here in the States. But we certainly do have social ramifications for doing these things. And I don't know, maybe I just don't give a shit what happens in these situations. They then go on to say, this is neither equality nor freedom. This is slavery because you're forcing ideas and thoughts on people or else they are attacked and silenced. No, you're thinking of fundamentalist Christianity. That's the ideology that typically does that. You're not really thinking about people just wanting you to, be nice to trans people. I'm sorry. I understand. Okay. So there is something to be said about people who come out as conservative and then get a whole bunch of lambasting from largely liberal friend groups. There's something to be said about our inability on our side to communicate in ways that are effective with certain people. There are certainly a lot of times in my audience where I've had fights with people in my audience because I have advocated for being in mixed political spaces so that you can learn the language of other people with different ideologies around you that you can then utilize to convince those people to not be bigots. You can't convince a bigot to not be a bigot by just yelling at them, ostracizing them, and beating them down. That's what you do that creates fucking cults. That's how you create people who are just going to go and slide into groupthink. You don't target abuse with abuse and then hope that things suddenly magically get better. However, while I'm willing to say that, I'm also willing to point out that most of the time, in fact, I would argue the largest portion of the time, nobody is forcing any ideas on you. Nobody. We're just telling you you're wrong. Telling you you're wrong doesn't mean we're forcing jack shit on you. If you say the earth is flat and I tell you you're a fucking idiot, I'm not forcing the idea of a round earth on you. I'm telling you you're a fucking idiot. That's what I'm doing. Bound to the Husbando, thank you very much for redeeming your points for not a fucking degen. I am not, and nor ever, trying to force a thought into your head. That would be way too easy. I'm just insulting you. That's what I'm doing. Zelkier, thank you very much for redeeming your points for an owl. But no, that's what I'm doing. Always what I'm doing here. Because I think sometimes when somebody writes something like this on the internet, the best thing to do is to point and laugh. Sometimes. Now, when you're sitting in the middle of a one-on-one conversation with somebody, it's good to be reasonable. In this situation, not the tool I want to use. This freedom is just one-sided, and those bitches have taken the actual freedom out of all normal people away and is forcing everyone to either forcefully accept this nonsense or just swallow their thoughts and keep shut regardless. I call this bullshit. So, when we're asking you to just respect trans people and not force them out of mixed person spaces or even spaces that denote their gender, that's somehow taking freedoms away from you. But when you tell a trans woman not to go into a bathroom, that's not that's not taking away a freedom. Like, it's freedom, it's freedom when you get to oppress a person, but it's not freedom when that person gets to live and operate free of consequences for not hurting people. I don't know. This is so... you're right, actually. You're right, Empress. You're right. There is a double standard here. You're right. I wholly understand. The double standard is written all in this article that you've put into a paste bin on a fucking wizard game. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. J.K. Rowling spoke about this publicly and thus got hated for it. The funniest thing is that the fact that most of the bitches whom are hating it are just following the hate train. They absolutely have no fucking idea what they're actually defending, what it means, and if it's right or wrong or whatsoever. If you are all just following the hordes like pigs. You really thought by adding phobic at the end of your fuckery it was going to turn into some type of weapon? No, bitch. It just turns you into an and I'm not of the right group to use that slur. Well... I say I'm not of the... Anyway. You are all honestly mostly sissy men who just couldn't accept being inferior to women, so you went into a trip to realize that in the end, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, and now you're neither a man nor a woman... Wait! Hold on, so you're saying the person was able to stop being a man, but they couldn't start being a woman? Wait a minute. Wait a fucking second. So you admit this person could change their gender? You admit it. You completely admitted it. Non-binary people are super valid according to you. Congratulations. Your fucking misandry and transphobia accidentally made you validate non-binary people. Oh my god. Look at you. You did it. Holy shit, I can't believe you did it. I'm almost as proud as when Andrew Tate accidentally stumbled into trans positivity by trying to be a transphobic asshole. God. Have you guys seen that video? Have you guys seen that video? Hold on. Frigging hashtag accidental ally. Yep. All right, no, here.
I'm rebuilding my mansion. You'll see when it's done. We'll do an episode of Cribs.
Here, trust.
I had to get this area here. I bought my neighbor's house. I had to construct a specific area for the Bugatti. Anyway, that's all gonna be lit up and shit. Bugatti logos. You broke boys don't know. Listen, I recently posted a question on Twitter asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick. That's the tranny. Or Hulk Hogan with a pussy. That's the girl. This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number 1, did it? You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, yeah, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can, like, scoot it out the way. I mean, still Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit and get your hand around her neck. Mess her up. You ain't messing up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up. So this is the question I'm asking. You need to operate on a higher plane. Think about this. This is important. This is cultural. This affects the world we now live in. What is straight? What is gay? It's all a big sliding spectrum, isn't it? Because if you're gonna sit here and go, oh no, it's gay to bang Megan Fox with a dick, I counter that argument. It's gay to bang Hulk Hogan with a pussy. So which one is it?
It's so fucking strange. Accidental trans ally Andrew Tate. Accidental trans ally Andrew Tate. Just, he used misogyny and transphobia to accidentally trip and stumble into trans positivity. That is, it's really weird. Don't get me wrong. Dude's still one of the biggest pieces of shit in the entire world. Dude's still an alleged sex trafficker. Dude is still an exploiter of women. Dude is still a giant piece of shit. He will always be that in my eyes. But in this one instance, in this one scenario, somehow he managed it. I don't even know how he did it. There's no better ally than an accidental ally. Isn't it like the whole, like, trans women will never be men? Trans men will never be women. And we're just like, yeah, you're right. They won't. That unless they're gender fluid. But yeah, no, they're not. They won't. They're not. You're right. You got it. You got it in one. Congratulations. Thank you. Accidental allies are the best. It's my favorite. Canadian fame. I have big brains. Hulk Hogan would drop this guy in a split second. Said like roulette wheel made of dookie. Oh my god. It's almost as if it's easy to be trans positive. Yeah, it's super easy. Like, hey, you're worried about the label, straight, gay, whatever, and you're just, like, freaking out about your identity. Okay, don't, okay? Look. I've had my own crisis where this is concerned at one point. And the thing that I found, the area that I've sat in is stop giving a fuck about a label. Just, do you find the person attractive? Do they want to bang you? Do you want to bang them? Stick it in. Or let them stick it in you. I don't know. Or like, I don't know, tongues. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what mechanics you're working with. I don't care. That's your fantasy, not mine. Just do it. It doesn't matter. The labels don't matter. We made them up to describe certain things. Human attraction is a fucking fluid, okay? Said Hulk Hogan is pretty cool. Why Tate hating on him in this case? Suris, this sounds like the Jack Harkness method. I don't know what the Jack Harkness method is. I'm just an idiot on the internet yelling about shit. Sexuality also got put in a gender blender. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's continue. No events have happened recently. And then, of course, they just go and say, like, and now you're just an unidentifiable freak that is fucking disgusting. Good job. F slur, F slur, F slur, F slur. Oh my god, I love English. Rant end. Why do I think like this? Simple explanation. Oh my god, they keep going! Simple explanation. Life is made of a duality nature, like the famous yin and yang. You mean oversimplifying things? The Harkness test, Suris? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Life is made of a duality in nature, like the famous yin and yang. It's always made of exactly two opposite forces. Yeah, you're ignoring all the things in between. Day and night, ignoring dusk. Light and dark, ignoring gray. Hot and cold, ignoring tepid. Life and death, ignoring my existence. Gender works the same. There are only two strong different forces. Yeah, that's because gender's bimodal. Like that's what that means. Gender's bimodal. Yeah, there are two extremes. People fall in various places in those extremes. Who cares? Who cares? Gender works the same. There's only two strong forces, hence making their impact greatest as they complete each other to perfection. Is this astrology for TERFs? Is that what this is? Is this astrology for TERFs? Is this person going to start breaking out the healing crystals now to try to, like, pray the gay out of somebody? What if we start mixing them without any rules and 100% freedom as the woke generation wants? Wait, but I thought freedom was good. Why are you upset about freedom now? Freedom is good. Both sides lose their meaning and you end up with something gray with no spark. It doesn't hit any mark, just keeps you in the dark. Wow, look at that, you rhymed. Congratulations. I'm so happy that you stole a rhyming dictionary and pirated it off of ebay.com. Okay, look, here's the thing. Empress. Can I call you that? I mean, it's your name on the internet. Maybe I can. I'm not saying I can fix you, nor do I want to. I'm saying that maybe if we stopped looking at the world as a series of opposing forces, maybe the world would exist with a little less fucking conflict. Maybe. This is all a giant bit of allegory. All of it. These are all a whole bunch of observations that are made. There's no data here, and you're literally stripping away the human lived experience here, so you can boil things down to a set of stale clinical binaries. The world's more colorful than that. I'm sorry. You can make of the world what you want. Who cares? If you call yourself straight and you see a person who you're really attracted to and they look at you and go, okay, but I have genitalia that's different than what you expect, then you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and let you know right now, you just struck the jackpot. Here's why. Here's why. You already know how to operate that part very, very well because you're lonely and you're using it yourself. Don't deny it. I say that because the amount of people in straight relationships, me included, that have sat there for a while and gone, how do I work this thing? What do I need to do to make you happy? Like, just stop freaking out about this shit. It doesn't matter. Be happy. You see a person you like? Go with the person you like. Who cares? None of it matters. To Reddit admins, keep collecting trash and don't be ashamed whenever you drop your pants in a backlash. To Reddit slaves, suck it harder, bitches. You're not doing good enough. Keep on it and do try to forget the cuff. Okay. I'm glad this person thinks they're a good lyricist. I'm glad. I'm so glad they think that. Oh my god. I love that if you pirate, JK gets no money, and that was always the goal to begin with, so making a crack is just helping JK not get money. Yeah. I stand with JK Rowling! By the way, I'm stealing her shit. I don't know. My views on piracy are things that I can't say publicly on my channel, but I can say that accidental allies are great in multiple ways. Anyways, as always, everybody, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This video was maybe a little more personally heated, and that may or may not have to do with a lot of personal things that are happening in my life that I can't really get into detail on. But I can say that this Empress sounds like a baby back bitch. Just a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Was I too mean? I don't know. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, everybody, Ariane! Thank you for redeeming your points for an owl. And insert into video tagline here.